Hi, good afternoon. My name is Alan Elfman. You're watching Visit Sedona TV, MyAZ TV, and Sedona Best. Next to me, I have a wonderful candidate who is also the mayor. His name is Scott Jablow. Mayor Scott Jablow to you. Hello there.
Hello, Alan.
How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me today.
Well, it's a privilege and an honor to have you here, especially right now. You're going to be running a campaign for re-election right now.
That's correct.
So why don't you tell people how long you've been in Sedona for?
Well, I've been in Sedona close to 14 years. And since that time of first arriving here, very quickly, I got involved in our community. And I ran for the fire board and I won. And at the same time I was on the fire board, I was a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission with the city. Now, both of those are volunteer positions and unpaid. But at the same time, back in 2014, I was then elected to my first term as the Sedona City Council. And then this past 2 years ago, I was elected as the mayor. Right. Well, we have just under 10,000 people. We've lost residency during the last count because of short-term rentals. We lost a lot of people who've moved out of our city for a number of different reasons. And that dropped our total population down. But we do have 3.5 million tourists that come here every year, and that's a pretty close number. So we're still responsible for providing services for those people as well as just our residents.
Well, that leads me into my next question. Prior and for decades, it's always been the Sedona Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
So lots of people that, they have a misinformation of what's going on. Let's just put that to rest and let's just enunciate clearly. What really happened?
Well, the Chamber of Commerce decided about a year or so ago that they wanted to discontinue the relationship of doing marketing for Sedona. And just about a year or so now, July of last year, we brought marketing and tourism in-house. And we've hired a staff. We're now expecting our tourism manager to begin approximately the first week in July. And it really should ramp up some of the information gathering that we've been asking the Chamber for, and we haven't been really successful in getting that before, but we're now being able to get that information, such as that 3.5 million tourists that come here. We'll be able to track through credit card information and have a better grip, assuming people use credit cards, of course, as many people don't use cash anymore. But with credit card, we'll be able to track when the time that they book a hotel room to the time they come to Sedona and the money that they spend. We have no idea who they are. We just know it's a number. It's a purchase in this.
So you're creating an analysis report.
Yes.
To capture all the tourists that are coming here from your own platform.
Correct.
That's fantastic. Now I have a question regarding that. People get frustrated with the congestion of traffic. Why don't we touch on that a little bit? Because
Sure.
There's been a little bit, misinformation regarding the traffic uptown and the new road. Let's go ahead.
So traffic's very interesting, and it's something that, because we have two state roads coming into the Y, anybody can travel on those roads. We can't tell people you can't come to Sedona. They're two state roads. So we can't stop people from coming. But that being said, I was just told today that in Camp Verde, northbound on 17, ADOT will be installing a sign before the end of this year that will direct people who want to go to the Grand Canyon but decide they want to drive through Sedona and through Uptown, that they should stay on 17. So the sign would say something to the effect of, traffic in Sedona headed to the Grand Canyon, stay on 17. And that will hopefully get some of the people out, because they're not going to stop here, they're not going to shop here, they're not going to stay in our hotels, or they're not going to visit you, the public. It's nice that they want to drive through, but we'd rather they stay on 17 when there's traffic.
So what you're suggesting is more of a fluid route. So when people are there having that as an option now,
Right.
They'll save themselves a whole bunch of traffic and save the city for a whole bunch of congestion as well.
Correct. But we've also been we're halfway through a 10-year, what we call SIM, Sedona in Motion. And we have a lot of different ideas and remedies to help with the traffic flow. I'm sure people have seen the new construction coming down from the Forest Road extension. That's a very, very big project. We expect that to be completed in 2025. That's serving two purposes, that Forest Road extension. One is to have a way of getting around any traffic at the Y, but two, alleviating any emergency access. Should there be an emergency, should there be a disaster, it's another way for the people in Uptown to exit their community and then go out west. So that would also help. We have other projects in the CIM, such as the underpass by Tlaquepaque. That's to help alleviate the congestion caused by the pedestrian crossway. And that underpass is going to be beautifully manicured. It's going to have some local art. And it's going to be, hopefully, a destination for people to go from the south to the north to Tlaquepaque. And in my view, I would like to see, some people want it totally closed off. I don't see the need for that 24 hours a day. I think we have to work with, and we will be working with Tlaquepaque, and allow them access to cross for their supplies and in golf carts to get equipment across from one side to the other in the morning. There's no traffic. There's no reason to close it off 24 hours a day. We could close it from 10 o'clock in the morning and maybe open it again at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. That takes care of both of us. Tlaquepaque has access when they need it, and the traveling public can drive past without being encumbered by people crossing. So there's a lot to Sedona in motion, and I'm pretty proud about that project. But as I said, we're only halfway through.
Well, speaking of halfway through, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to be right back with Mayor Scott Jablow. Thank you, and we'll be right back.